again. Today I'm going to show you how to do another little optimizing trick. It's not really anything super special, but I'll sort of point out why it's important to do. And it will be kind of concentrating on things like collision and showing kind of the different types of collision. Now in Unreal, when you import a mesh that you've modeled in, say, Blender, and you just export it as an FBX and then you bring it in, Unreal generates its own kind of prediction on, the collision, and you end up with kind of what you're given. You can do some edits inside of Unreal, which I will show you, but I'll show you basically the best way to do it, which is using a thing called UCX collision. And basically what that is it allows you to define the collision before you import your object into the engine. So I'm just going to show you, basically, if you was in your scene, this is my test scene for the Zafia project, and essentially if we come up to here to our shader type, shader mode, and we come down to player collisions, this is how we can view the player collision. And you can see, yeah, it might be fine. And in these cases it's generated, on these ones I've not actually generated UCX collision for some of them, and that is basically the stuff on the ground, which is the one we're going to be looking at, but then for these you can see I have generated UCX collision, which is these fine edges here. So if we look at the object, it's actually got a bevel, and then if I go to play collision, you can see that the collider is obviously a simplified, it's just a box, because you wouldn't need that geometry in the collider itself. But then if we look at this one, which has been generated by Unreal, you can see that it's basically following the actual mesh itself, and you've got this extra load of geometry that might not be necessary. Another example here is these stairs, which were made inside of Blender and brought in, and then it has created, followed the mesh exactly, essentially, for its collider. And then on this side is an example of UCX collision, where I've defined the type of collision by modeling it, and then I've brought it in as a option. So for this example, I'm going to show you this. So essentially I've got this path that I've made in Blender, and it is just a quick kind of placeholder asset that I'm using. It's got a few issues with it, but that isn't the point of this video. So in this, if we look at the player collision, you can see, ignoring the big patch on the ground, it's generated a very strange collider. So if we was to, if I dock this and then just place one of these in the scene, and bring it up, you will see in the player collision that we get this extravagant looking collider. And then if I play from here, we should see that the player gets affected by that collision. Just there you see a little bump. You're getting weird behavior, and although it doesn't look so bad from here, we are basically getting affected by it. You can see a little step down, little step up there, and this isn't so bad in this case, but a lot of the time you'll get that with other objects, and you don't really want it. So sometimes it might be that the collider stops you from walking past, or into an object, because the collision is wrong. Anyway, so I think you understand what I'm talking about now. What we're going to do is quickly take a look at how you can do it in Unreal, and then look at the actual way I believe you should do it, which is using UCX. So in here, you can come up to here, and there's various collider generation tools. Now, they are decent. If I remember rightly, there is a dialogue for it somewhere. So you know, you can add different types of collision, blah blah blah. I'm trying to remember where the actual window for it is. Is it that one? Yeah. Okay, so you hit that convex decomposition. This tells you these are the settings basically for the precision on how it generates these colliders, and it's worth you kind of going through these. I'm not going to go through them because I don't think this is the way you should do it. I think it's a bad tool. Not bad, it's like a quick and easy, if you don't care kind of tool. But I wouldn't use it. That's my advice. So I'm going to leave this here with the collision shader on. And then we're going to hop into Blender, which is where I've made this object. So we can see here I've got kind of a crazy project going on. And this will work in any software. It doesn't matter what it is. So what I've done, obviously this has got geometry and this is going to be like my LOD0, and then I'm going to, you know, simplify it, but this isn't about that. So in order to get the UCX collision, what we're going to do is create a simple shape that will go with it. And for this I would say you'd make a cube and you scale it and position it to basically properly match the shape or where you want the collision. So you can see here I've created just a very simple cube and stretched it into position to perfectly align with the object, and that is basically all you need to do in terms of modeling. Obviously the more complicated your shape, the more complicated this stage is, but you want it to always be vastly lower in poly to your actual mesh, which is where the optimizing comes in basically, because you don't want to render, although you're not rendering the visuals, you're still having to compute the geometry, so you want that as simple as you can. And then what we need to do, once we've done all that, it's got its position, you don't need to like parent it or anything like that, you just need to, you know, have it there. And I would say then you just copy the name of your target and then you paste that into the name of your collider. You then want to put capitals UCX underscore before the name, and the name has to perfectly match the other object. Then what we do is we shift select both of the objects. I'm just going to give it a save, and then we would export as an FBX, and we have to make sure they're selected together. I've already exported this thing and got all my settings. I've just got mesh only, selected objects, and turned off the animation stuff, and everything else we leave it as it is, and then we hit export. Okay, so that is done. I can then go back into Unreal, and we want to either import it for the first time or re-import it. So just in order to show you what you have to set up, I'm going to import it as a different copy. I actually need to find out where I have that saved because I've forgotten. So here we are. We have the object. So I'm going to drag that in. And it hasn't actually asked me for the dialogue, it's just re-imported it. So you can see that it's worked. But that isn't exactly what I wanted to show you. So I'm going to just choose a new folder and I'm going to just give you an example here. Because in order to get this right, which it has worked perfectly, but it's just replaced the object, there is a dialogue that you have to select in order to get that to happen. So I'm trying to show you this example. So when we import this, you are given all of your standard import options. We want to leave all of these You know, you can take away materials if you don't want to import materials, as well as textures. Just untick those two if you want to import those separately. But the one you really want to look at is under static mesh section and then the collision section. By default, this one convex hole per UCX is ticked. As you can see, this little arrow indicates that that is default on. So this one needs to be turned off, and that will basically allow the UCX that you've created and exported with your mesh to kind of import with this, and that is it. So once you've done that, you will see when you drag it in that you come with that UCX. So as an example, I'm then going to delete this and I'm going to import it without that setting to show you what happens. So I'm going to leave this by default and import, and then when you bring it in, okay, that is very strange. Usually that doesn't matter. So usually it would generate it for you. So something's wrong there. Maybe they've changed that, which is good. But I'm pretty sure that usually, oh, it might be, yeah, no. It's just being lucky for me. So I have seen it where it will not include the UCX. So if that happens, it will be this one that you need to untick. I'm not too sure why that's happening. With basically everything I've ever tried importing, the UCX doesn't come with it properly. But anyway, that is UCX, and that will help you decisively choose your collision without basically being you know, controlled by the presets. Hope that helped, and good luck with your projects.